What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost. We're back again with another clash in the Elestrals as we are going up against a relatively new competitor. But let's see if we can get ourselves a win here and see how this goes. I'm going to be kicking off this clash here. I got the high roll. Every time you play me, winner of the roll, because you roll a d20 dice, winner of that gets to go first. So I'm kicking things off here. Not the best ideal way to start in my opinion, but I'm going to have to do it anyway because my hand's good, but there's some things I can get rid of because I don't need them. I'm going to play a Drops of Leaf. Drops of Leaf, of course, allows you to reveal any number of cards to your opponent, put those cards back in your deck, and then shuffle your deck, and then you draw that many plus one. So I'm putting back an Elichick. I'm going to shuffle my deck. I'm going to get 2 cards back. That simple. If you do it like it could be obviously a mulligan, somewhat of a mulligan if you look at it, because you could put your entire hand back, like 4 cards back, get 5 back, something like that. But I get that, and then surprisingly, surprise, 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 loving those shattered stars by the way. Yeah, surprise to me, I end up drawing another Drops of Leaf. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do Drops of Leaf again. I also put back the thunderstorm, the Mount Olympus. Shuffle again because I don't need Mount Olympus right now. Like Mount Olympus is usually in my deck as it is for a Nexus target if I don't have Hephaestus up. So do it again. I am able to get 3 of my spirits back because I'm able to use that sweet Stellar Ambrosia to get myself 3 spirits back. So cost of it all really was only 2 spirits instead of 5. So that's a nice little trade-off right there. With me being a fire burn deck, definitely gonna have to be one of those things. I do play Kinleo in attack position, and I do then get Hephaestus up, which obviously this is just like a big old. This is the Kinleo Nexus strategy here. I'm going to add 1 and 2. And I just add 2. So I disenchant 1 to then look through. Obviously, if you disenchant 1 from a Hephaestus, you can look at for any artifact. That also includes Altar of Stars, because Altar of Stars, I believe, is an artifact as well. Or is it Altar? No, it's whatever one it is. Like you can go for any artifact, which is great for Hephaestus. But I am gonna play the hammer on the Kinleo, thus making it. I'm buffing it up, but also making it so card effects, celestial card effects like a Sorlet cannot come in and change my position. So that was my turn. I am down to 12 spirits after all of that. I went through 8 spirits overall. What a start to the game, to the clash. My opponent draws, they are going to put 1 rune face down, which could be anything. It literally could be anything. It could be Tsunami, it could be a bait, it could be... The only ones you can't put face down, of course, as you know, are stadiums. They do have 1 frost and 1 fire, and put the Ursa Den on their field. So, the next play, what is the next play going to be, is obviously to get a Ursa Den up. The Ursa Den, an Ursa up, so the Ursa Den. The Ursa Den, as I read off later, what you want to do is you want to get Ursas on the field so that you can enchant the Ursa Den with more spirits to be able to eventually disenchant 4 from that to get one of the 3 cost Abominable Ursa, Majursa, or Glaciersa up on the field, basically. So they're going to do that. They're going to expend 1 Fire Spirit as well because they did play an Earth Scout. Or Earth Smog, I'm sorry, Earth Smog. And its ability to expend 1 Fire Spirit to enchant and cost 1 cost Ursa onto the field, and they choose a Bomber Ursa, and then they end their turn. Now, if you notice in their turn right here, they misplay right here because they did not do the secondary effect of the Ursa Den, which they had 2 spirits on it. If they were to actually play that right and get these 2 up there, they would have added 2 spirits to their Ursa Den, and they did not do that. You gotta make sure, like, when you're playing Elestrals, I'm gonna put a pause here for a second. when you're playing Elestrals, you can't forget effects like that because like if you're in a tournament play and like you're in an actual high caliber tournament play, you know, for money and for prizes and whatnot. If you forget something important like that, getting those two on there because next turn they could have disenchanted everything from that, destroyed the Ursadan, and get a bomb like the Glacius, I think it was called, or Majosa onto the field and change its class completely. Because they didn't do that, I think that's where this game completely changed for everything. Because they did not get the spirits up when they needed them. So we go to my turn. And I draw. We're having a little conversation about things. They did realize that they caught themselves a little too late on that. But it's like, you got to play this with the mind of, like, if you're going into a tournament, you cannot forget effects of anything. I do play an Astrabit in defense position. Obviously, top 3 cards from my hand, I get to look at my deck, I get to look at them, add 1 to my hand, and of course put it in, put the other 2 back, shuffle it as usual. Well, I got an obvious one here. This was like an obvious playoff here. What do I want to use? As I'm going to shuffle this deck, get myself to where I need to be, and we can continue on. I'll tell you right now, the card I picked from Astrabit this time I'm about to use. Well, I hardly ever get to use it, but I'm going to Earthquake. I destroy the Obama Ursa, getting it off the field. They had no back row, by the way. They didn't have any back row, except for that one. I Nexus from Kinleo, from the Hephaestus to Kinleo, destroying the other Celestial. Then I try and attack with Kinleo to hit them for two. They play Tsunami. I play Chains of Prometheus, allowing me to my attack to go through, and also giving them back 1. Chains of Prometheus obviously is a counter ruin. It's the first counter ruin we have in the game. I don't think it's going to be the only one because it is a fire. It's a fire enchanted one. I figure we'll get another one way down the line or something. But I negate the effect of that counter ruin, and then they get 1 spirit back. So there's a trade-off there. I negate the counter ruin, they get 1 back. They get a spirit back. That's just how that goes. So it still goes through, hitting them for 2, dropping them to 14 spirits. So that was my turn. I have 7 spirits going after all of that. So it's my opponent's turn to draw. And this one, yeah. They grabbed themselves a nice little Narpoon. And they properly enchant it, giving them the ability to check and search for 1 cost Frost Celestial and add it to their hand, which is in a circle. As they do go through it, they will show off the Earth Circle here in a second. Which, as you know, if you do search for anything in your deck, you have to show your opponent what that is, as it is an Earth Circle. And here's something else that they know that they made a mistake here, but I don't know why they didn't correct it. Narpoon is in attack position at this time. They have no back row still. Narpoon is in attack position. Attack position. I don't know why. Well, it shouldn't really matter, and I think I misplayed here myself as well. But they are down to 13 spirits. Oh no, that's why I did. I know I didn't misplay. That's right. I should have Nexus first and then Ascended. That was on me. Yeah, I did misplay a little bit here. Because instead of Nexusing from Kinleo, or from, like, one of those things to Kinleo to be able to then ascend into Blazerus to be able to do more damage, I just, like, immediately ascended into Blazerus. That's a misplay on me. Because I could have destroyed Narpoon, then ascended, then hit them for a lot more damage. But they have no back row. I put Astrabit in attack position. I hit them for 6 spirit of damage because Blazerus can attack twice in 1 turn because he is properly enchanted. unfortunately, because of the Narpoon being higher than a Strabbit, I can only. It doesn't really matter because I hit them once the Narpoon, that's spear differential 2. I hit them again with Blazerus for 3, and then I hit with the Astrabit for 6. So I hit them for 6 damage overall. If I would have did the Nexus, I would have had an extra spirit or less than extra spirit. I probably would have been able to hit for 6 anyway. But yeah, so that was that. So they were down to 7 spirits after that big, huge bludgeoning there. Now, they do mention how they messed up on their putting enchanting spirits onto the Ursidad in like turn 2 or turn 1, so it would have changed things completely had they done that. Now they're going to play an Earth Scout in defense position, best play they can do right now. And they add 1 spirit from their spirit deck to their spirit deck. A spirit thing. So they played Neck of the Gods, they played Earth Scout and stuff, and added 1, and then they passed their turn because they have nothing else they can really do because they didn't get anything to take out the Blazerus. So, my turn. They're down to 3 spirits, so it's definitely coming down to the wire for them. I turn, I play, I draw. And this turn is where it's going to get very frustrating for me, and I'll explain in a second. I do play Mount Olympus to destroy the Ursidon, so all that work they have for the Ursidon really went in vain because there was nothing they could really do. Nothing they could do. I draw, I play Mount Olympus, I destroy Earth Scout with Blazerus, activating Earth Scout's effect to summon another Ursa into defense position, which Blazerus will destroy again. The frustrating thing is, this is the first clash that I decided I'm not going to bring Trifernal with me, because Trifernal is so hard to get out. Yet, I did exactly with Blazerus what I needed to do to get Trifernal out, and I didn't have Trifernal with me, which, it's fine as it is. I hit for 1 damage with the Astrabit because of the fact that they brought in 2 Ursas to destroy, from Blazerus to destroy, and there's that. So, they are down to their final spirit coming out of this turn right here. Final spirit. Not much more else you can do right now. Now, if they were to top deck an Ambrosia on their turn, as my turn is ending, I'm down to 5 spirits. If they were to top deck an Ambrosia, they would be back up to 3 spirits and be able to do something else. He's here explaining what he could have did with his Ursidon if he didn't mess up and misplay. You can't let those misplays happen if you're playing Elestrals. You have to get those misplays. You have to go and do and like remember everything. He does play a Kinleo in defense position. That's his only play he can really do. I draw. I destroy their Kinleo. I hit them directly with 5 spirits remaining. That is the clash for me. I win, and that is that. Very interesting clash here. Couple bit of a misplay on both sides, which I ended up winning. It didn't really matter about my misplay, but I literally could have went out of there and Nexus with Kinleo off of the Hephaestus, who was not useful anymore because of what I was about to do. Give it the Hephaestus, then ascend into Blazerus, getting me +4 on pop damage, and would have hit him for 9 in 1 turn instead of 6 in 1 turn. So that was a misplay on my end. His misplay was a lot more devastating because he forgot to, well, when you put down those Ursas, you get the den up, enchant it up. So next turn, I disenchant all of that den from there, get the get the 3-cost Ursa that I want to get up, and this game completely changes to the fact which I don't think I was going to be able to win that. That's the beauty of Elestrals. You can't let something like that happen where you forget to play something or forget to do something. You have to make sure you remember all of these things. It's one of those things. It's easy to pick up, but it's hard. It's definitely hard to master everything. Because one little misplay, like they had with like not enchanting their Ursidon with those 2 spirits, changed this game completely. If they do that, turn 2, they disenchant them all. They get their big Ursa out, and my Kinleo was played first turn, so there's nothing I can do. If I would have had like the Astrabit first turn when they turn 2, when they had the Ursa, when they had their big Ursa come out, then I could have did something. But because I didn't have, because I had King Leo first turn, and they could have brought that out, bring it out turn 2, destroy my King Leo, and I'm completely done. There is nothing else I could do to stop them except for possibly Shield of Achilles or something like that, which I didn't see in this clash at all. So again, if you play everything out differently, they were gonna win. It's just that one turn for them, that one mistake, turn 1 that they made, that changed this clash completely. But thank you for watching this clash. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video, and I will see you guys on the next one.